I don't know why do I get tears. Today I will try my acting capabilities to not cry.
So the thirstier he gets. This morning when he spoke to me, he said there was something that you said about Tanvi, which gave me the bounce which I needed. Because when you give everything that you have and more, and the desire to keep on giving more, you exhaust yourself. As they say, oh my soul, do not look for the immortal, but exhaust the limits of the possible. He has exhausted the limits of the possible. And but when I just keep on wondering that, has he stopped? No, he's not stopped. He just keeps going. So you have a living miracle here. He's an ordinary person who has come from Shimla, who had made an entry hesitantly, not asking for anything but a piece of the pie. And today he has crossed overseas. He wines and dines with Robert De Niro, the icon of ours. And he is one of the rarest person who's got a rave letter from De Niro for Tanvi the Great. It's indeed a phenomenal feat. I was telling this child that look, in a society which all the time aims for the top of the ladder, it's imperative that we create people who touch the heart, the depths of the nation. Tanvi touches the depths. It stands by the most vulnerable child who says, I exist. My existence does not seek any explanation. It is there and I'm there. And I'm not going to let you look at me with your inadequate measures that you have been brainwashed with. And then she goes back into the stream of life. And I think it's an extraordinary film. It requires courage. Not only in terms of ideation, but in terms of what he has poured into it. And keeps on pouring. And to have an event like this, when you feel so vulnerable and so frail. You know, one of the greatest strengths of this kid, I'm going to call him a kid because he's 28, and I was 24, but he was still a kid, is his vulnerability. And I don't know of any other attribute of courage apart from vulnerability. I'm here, I'm proud of you. I'm proud that what we began a journey with has landed this moment where I can wholeheartedly claim that I'm proud that I've contributed in some way in your journey, and I think your flight has just begun.
You earned 5 more 100 rupees. That's it.
But because I'm fed up of this guy. I really am fed up. About a year and a half ago, he comes to my house and tells me the story of Tanvi the Great. And before I get into that, I want to tell you about the little monologue that he said right at the start. I've heard that monologue about 84 times. At every breakfast, at every meal, at every time he's visited me. But I love it every single time. So, I like to pull your leg because I love you. But having said that, he comes to my house and he tells me the synopsis of Tanvi the Great. We have some exchanges. And then we make the film in Lansdowne. I'm going to put this out right at the start. He doesn't pay us. You're supposed to laugh and not be emotional about it. Because we were all in for the ride. Because we knew where his heart was taking him, and in turn taking all of us along with him, along that ride and along that journey. However, when the film got made, we were expecting a release, but he said, "Tayar ho jao, kahan ja rahe? Kahan?" Kahan ja rahe? Kahan? हाँ, we have variety के cover पे हम लोग. Okay. Where to Kahan? Then I'm returning to Mumbai, and he said, नहीं, कल मत जाना, परसों जाना. परसों मतलब हम लंदन जाएंगे यहाँ से. फिर हम लंदन गए. लंदन में स्क्रीन किया, नहीं अभी मुंबई मत जा, यहाँ से हम न्यूयॉर्क जा रहे हैं to meet Bob. Now who the hell is Bob? Bob is for him, for us it is he's Mr. Robert De Niro, right? फिर वहाँ से ह्यूस्टन जाएंगे, फिर वहाँ से कहाँ गए, ऑस्टिन गए, फिर हिंदुस्तान आए. And then we went and did a screening at Kadakwasla, at the NDA. Resounding applause, standing ovations. And then we went to Delhi to meet the president. Can you imagine? Look at this journey of what this film has done, not just for him, but for all of us. And to the Northern Command, the Southern Command, the Western Command, and of course the command that he has in his house, which is his darling wife came and finally saw the film here at NMACC at the Grand Hall, and what a grand evening that was. Having said that, Tanvi the Great, by its definition, is meant to be a kind of an art house film, which is supposed to be released conservatively in a few, or maybe not even in theaters, straight for OTT, right? But no, in his head, nothing inside of his head is small. The only thing small is the way you look at what you create. The moment you start thinking of it as big, it is big for the world. And that's what Tanvi the Great and the belief that he had while writing it, while executing it, while finding money to produce it, finding money to travel the world with it. Who has the guts to do something like that? Who has the guts to do something like that? It's very scary. And then, why did I say I'm fed up? Why did we have to have this event now? Ye ho gaya na? But we are here simply because we don't want this legacy of Tanvi the Great even 20 years from now. My darling, this kid, you all will have this conversation and thank this man for what he's offered you, like Mr. Bhatt did for him. It's the same thing. We keep this legacy on because we cannot shut up. We cannot shut this man up. We cannot shut this man up, so I'm going to ask you a question. No, let's stand. Because you made me stand for half an hour over there. Now you stand.
I apologize.
Bloody hell. Okay. Now the question is, since you have spoken for half an hour without being asked a question, what is the question I'm supposed to ask you? Tell me. That's the question. What do I ask you? But I do have a few questions up my sleeve. All these people, including, you said Gajraj is here. Gajraj, very good, Ali. Don't run away, yeah? It's just begun. 2 hours we've been spent. 2 घंटे बात करने हैं, don't go. We love that man. And the reason why everybody over here is Jyoti Venkatesh. He roasted you 2 minutes ago. Shot over his father's shoulder. He banged you up. No problem. What I'm trying to say is, when do you sleep, first of all? He doesn't. It doesn't let us sleep either. But the idea behind this book is how this movie never got made. Right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little more about it and give me a chance to ask a second question also. Go ahead.
I'll make it small. You see, this is how you feel dwarfed in front of somebody like him, literally.
He's blushing, can you believe it? What's that?
I was trying to give you an intelligent answer, then I said I better give an answer, that's it. No, you know that when this story came to me, when Tanvi, whose Masi is here and Nani is here, Mom is here, मैं सोचा था मैं क्या बनाऊँ, क्या बनाऊँ मैं, क्योंकि पिछले 20 साल से 25 साल से मेरी एक जिंदगी की फिलॉसफी बनती जा रही है कि यार मैं हमेशा सोचता था अच्छा होना इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, अमीर होना, सक्सेसफुल होना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, पर धीरे धीरे मुझे लगने लगा कि अच्छा होना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. पता नहीं क्यों ऐसा लगने लगा, क्योंकि अच्छा जो होता है तो आदमी हल्का महसूस करता है, कोई बोझ नहीं सर पर होता. तो जब ये फिल्म आई और जब मैं वॉक करता हूँ तो एक मैं as you said rightly that the canvas was very big in my mind because it was about an autistic girl who thinks big, who does not see small things, because that's what Tanvi told me when I asked her. I said, Tanvi, what are you looking at? She said, I'm looking at my world. So when an autistic person tells you, I'm looking at your world, how can you make her world smaller? So it had to have a bigger world, and also it had army in it. And army is much bigger than anything else. And then unfortunately, the person who was going to give us 50% of money said that I cannot do it. And we were supposed to leave within the next 1 month for Lansdowne. Everybody was fixed. Everybody was fixed. And I told Herman D'Souza, who is my co-producer, and I said, he said, postpone करते हैं. I said, ये आज अगर postpone हो गई ना, तो ये कभी नहीं बनेगी. दूसरी बात, मुझे हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि जब मुझे कोई किसी चीज़ के लिए रोकने की कोशिश करता है, मुझे पता अब तो ये होके रहेगी. तो that's how it happened. That's how it started. Nobody in the unit knew what was happening every evening for the next day's shooting.
We were fed well.
Huh?
We were fed well.
Yeah, we were fed well, we ate well, and this was the most amazing 70 days of my entire 40 years of life. 70 most unique, amazing days of my life, and we made it. We made it, and we went to all the places. I said, I want to put a pedestal, this film, to start from wherever the 4 places that you said. So, अगर आप हार के बारे में ना सोचो, तो सब चीज जीत में बदलती है. सब कुछ. हार जो है ना, वो आपको मीडियोकर बनाती है. मैं हार बुरा बोलता हूँ, तो मीडियोकर. अब हार के बाद में सोचे नहीं तो आप जीते हुए हो. कोई दुनिया की ताकत आपको नहीं रोक सकती है. और ये मैं बातें नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मुझे आपने खुद ही बोला है. ये मैं महसूस करता हूँ. आपने फिल्म बनाई, आपने मुझे दिखाई 3-4 बार, आप आ जाओ नाश्ता, जनोबिया बड़ा अच्छा नाश्ता देगी, ये खाना खिलाएगी. हम वो लोग हैं. आप पापड़ बनाते, अपना ये वेफर्स बनाते थे. अमन, ये बंदा वेफर्स बनाता था दुकानदार में. मैं सड़क पे घूमता था. हमसे ज्यादा ताकतवर कौन इस इंडस्ट्री में? कोई है ही नहीं. कौन हो सकता है हमसे ज्यादा ताकत? हमने कहाँ से शुरुआत की है, और हम एक दूसरे की सक्सेस के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं.
And that's why I'm here, because I'm free. And I genuinely feel that, you know, in true, genuine friendships, if you were not allowed to pull each other's legs, then you can't call each other friends. You can't. So allow me to tease you a little more. Let me ask you another question. Is that how do you differentiate? What is the distinction between a film that has made lots of money and a film that is good, on the road to being remembered for years and years and years?
So there are about 250 people sitting here. If I ask them, tell me your best 3 films, none of them will talk about the films which made crores. They will talk about the film which impacted their heart, their mind. I still remember Jaagte Raho. I still remember Do Aankhein Baaran Haath. I still remember Upkar, Dil Ek Mandir, Ram Aur Sham. मुझे तो पता ही नहीं लोगों ने कितने पैसे. That does not mean that people who make money, we need money because then we can make more money, because money gives you employment and all those things. Those are technical answers. But Van Gogh, the great writer, the great painter, died pauper. उसकी कोई पेंटिंग नहीं बिकी थी, मगर आज उसकी एक लाइन खिंची हुई के भी हजारों अरबों रुपए आते हैं. Because art cannot be put into money, and art is something which deals with heart. मैं art को समझता नहीं, मैं सिर्फ heart को समझता हूँ. So I think that's what is important. And maybe it is coming across maybe that we are being defensive कि हमारी.
Not at all.
I'm not. I'm the most happy person today. आज मुझे किसी ने मैसेज भेजा, अमेरिका अपना
Bob.
नहीं, लंदन से मैसेज भेजा. सुनिए, ये तो मैंने आपको बताया नहीं था. This is somebody, there's a lady who knows us.
Of course, lady, yeah, of course.
Oh come on, London. No, one sec. देखो, because ये तो प्लान नहीं हो सकता. मीनल हमारी दोस्त हैं. She was there at.
Right, she was there.
इसने मुझे मैसेज भेजा, अनुपम, keep thinking I should reach out to you, but don't want you to think I feel sorry for you. I don't, but sometimes we just need to talk to get it out of our system, etc., etc., etc. So this is at 6:30 in the morning. So I got up. So this is the message. At 6:30 in the morning, I sent it.
My dearest Meenal, my darling, first of all, I am at the top of the world. In my career of 40 years, I have treated failure as a stepping stone to success. So please don't feel sorry for me. I know this is your love, but don't, because I don't feel sorry for me. What I have achieved with this film, no other person could achieve for another 100,000 years. So don't imagine things. And I'm not trying to be brave. I appreciate your concern and your love and everything. But don't make yourself sad. I'm very, very happy and thrilled. I'm launching my book today. I have my 4th book on life coaching. I can't be writing motivational life coaching book or books and not follow them in my real life. So chill.
You know, I have to say they're lovely words, but when you're using a bedroom voice,
What did I say?
don't use the word chill at the end.
I'm a Hindi medium guy.
Okay, chill. But you know, I have to say, I'm at a loss of words. I mean,
You're in a bookshop, you will be at loss of words.
Yeah. I want to say other people you'd like to thank, because I think in the journey you've been very generous with the fact that you've taken people along and thanked a lot of people who have supported you, not financially, but emotionally. Would you like the people in the auditorium, people sitting at home, people who are fed up of coming for all your functions? Come on, if I can't pull his leg, I don't have a brother. I don't have a brother. Allow me to do this.
I'm like a bad habit.
Yeah?
You can get rid of a good habit, you can't get rid of a bad habit.
But please, I'd like to use this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of besides Bhatt Saab, of course, you know, there's no question about his influence in your life. Every time we meet and every time he speaks and the passion with which he speaks, I sit up and want to be more erudite, want to be more learned, want to know a little more about what it takes to be a great director.
Very big deal in itself. वहाँ पे महेश सर के बाजू में बैठना है, यहाँ पे I am to be directed by you, sir. You know, sir, I know मैं हमेशा आपको बोलती हूँ that I have always seen you in every movie. You're a great actor. आपके साथ काम करने मिला, you're a great director. But I think above all, you're a great human being, and everything, and all of us are so proud of the fact that we are just associated with now Anupam Kher, that we come under your prodigy. So I think that's a very, very big blessing and the biggest reward I can ever get in my life. ये मेरा पहला सारांश है. ये even after 50 years, even if I'm 40% of what you are, I think that's my Oscar. So this is a huge, huge blessing. My family keeps telling me, तूने इतने महान लोगों के साथ काम किया है, तू दुनिया घूम के आ गई है, तू प्रेसिडेंट जी से मिल ली है. So I think they are very proud of me, and I think I have made it just by being directed by you, by being my mentor, and by sharing the screen and everything.
What is the one word that Mr. De Niro told you on the phone when he saw the whole film?
Terrific. He said you've done a terrific job. So.
Bob. Hi, Bob.
Anupam Kher, different but no less. My gut feeling had already told me Shubhangi was the one, but my mind was conditioned to act like a righteous bureaucrat. So while I did test a few others, I kept increasing the test levels for Shubhangi without ever letting her know what it was for. She would come up with her own interpretations, add her 2 bits to the given brief, and send me the video recordings. Occasionally, I showed her videos to my writers and Herman. All of us were impressed by her dedication and commitment. However, the body language of my writers, and it was even confirmed by them later,